Living in a fast-paced world with over 8 billion people, it's very easy to be overlooked, undermined, trampled on, and pushed aside. My name is Mowa.mi, and I'm really passionate about helping you feel seen. I really hope that this podcast and every episode that comes your way reminds you that you are truly one in a million. Hi guys, you're welcome to another beautiful episode of the Million and One podcast. As always, I'm your girl Mowa.mi and I'm super excited to have you on this episode. It's been a long time coming and I do have my reasons, but because you will not allow me breathe, I'm back. You get. And on today's episode, I'm not going to be having any guests. It's just going to be me and you. Yeah, it's just going to be me and you, and going to be like walking you through a couple of things, give me like a little, let's say, life update, proof of life. Yes, that's what it's called, proof of life. So let's get into it. If it's your first time listening to the podcast, hi, my name is Mowa.mi. I'm really passionate about helping people feel seen through conversations, and it's such an honor to have you on the pod. Do let me know by sending me a message via Instagram, Twitter, or send us a mail. You can click the link in our bio on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook to like access our forms where you can get to your dilemmas, questions, contributions, and just basically just signify that, hi guys, I'm part of the community, the Million and One tribe. So that's it. So what have I been up to? My dear. Since the last episode, what have I been up to? Just writing. Yeah. So recently I started writing again, which is like a big thing for me. There's this project I'm currently working on with the Glow Tribe. It's called the Love Project. Don't worry, more will be coming your way. If you follow me on social media, that's at the Mowa.mi. More will be coming your way. So I've been writing. I had to travel to a different city to participate in this project, and I'm just super excited. I'm juggling with school. Yes. Okay, so let me do like a mini life update and tell you about myself, because a lot of you probably just know me, the podcaster, like the anchor, having conversations with people, but then you do not get to know me as me. So let me do this. I'm currently a student of Ahmad Bello University. I'm studying computer science. Yeah, so that is about school. I write. I am a content creator, of course, a podcaster. I write poetry, and a lot of my videos will be coming out on Instagram. I'll be moving from like written content to like creating videos. So that has been in the works. I'm like, I have to do this. I have to do that. Excuse me. I'm basically just record. What else do I do? I live in the northern part of Nigeria, Kaduna State precisely. I am the third child in a family of 4 children, all boys, except me. What else? I don't like spaghetti. I don't like okra. I don't like, what else don't I like? I think that's just the two for now. They've been giving me PTSD. I've had it in so many forms, and honestly, I do not be associated with any of that. If you take me out and you order pasta, you're on your own. Yeah. What else don't I like? I love the smell of rain. Yes, and I said smell of rain. You know how rain is falling and then the rain falls on like the cemented wall, cemented ground. There's just this yes, I like traveling. So yes, I'm currently working on a couple of things. First is, of course, my personal writing and all of that. That's like on my page. And there's this podcast. Then there's a brand I am working on. It's currently on Instagram at Road Stage, basically documenting travel via Nigerian roads in the most comfortable, easy, and fun way possible. So you can check that out. Yeah, so that's what I've been about, just creating, juggling with school, and that's it. And church, because church is a non-negotiable. So that's what I've been about in recent times. All right, now that you know a bit about me, if you have more questions, you can send it, like I said earlier, to the link in our bio on Instagram. Million and one, what's it called? Reviews, not reviews. You shall see the link there, Sha. You get to like send what it is you want to say. Um, Somewhere in my mind, I felt like I was going to say a lot more things because I feel like there are so many things to talk about, like about myself. But right here before you guys, I'm not so sure. But I feel like if you ask me, I'll have so many more things to talk about. But this is one of the reviews, one of the questions that I got. So it's a question. It's more like a comment. So I'll just read it. This person calls herself Mo's fangirl. All right. Hi Mo, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the MOA podcast. I believe that's the million and one podcast. It literally makes my week. I listened to the Soul Canvas episode with Mimi Nation when I was doing chores and I was just laughing like a crazy person. I just want to say well done for such an amazing podcast and I love it. Like literally, I love your voice. Thank you so much, Mo's fangirl. It definitely means a lot to me. The fact that I get to share what it is you have in mind and all of that. That is amazing, And so recently I had to myself that I think I want to receive compliments. I don't like it every day, but before I used to be like, you know what, just let it go. I don't wanna. I can do without it. I can keep pushing. But I realized that, especially from the people that matter, there's not everybody that matters. Not because they're inconsequential, but I mean that they don't have as much stake. They don't know your journey so well to be able to pass a comment that determines your next line of action. Do you get what I'm saying? So for people that matter, people that know your journey, people that know what is at stake, when they speak, I realize that their words have so much more effect on me that I was willing to agree with. With that being said, yeah, I noticed that when I sit back and think about things like this, it helps me process a lot more. And even though where a certain problem is coming from. But anywho, I'll read some more reviews that people sent in. So it says, hi, listen to the podcast now and y'all are hilarious. I have those in church inspiration too. This is from David. Oh, so I think this person is referring to the Soul to Canvas episode with Mimi Nation. I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. I was just having the time of my life. This person too says, this is from Ima. Says, I think the biggest issue people have about starting what they want to do is the question of what if I fail. This gets even worse as they age. Age loves safety. I think this is only flipped when we get past our golden age, which is 60s, 70s, and 80s. This is first of all, thank you so much, Mal, for sending your review. Thanks so much, Most Fangirl, and thanks so much, David. But in answering this question or contribution, I'll say yes, it is a very, very, very big thing. The issue of what if I fail? And the answer I usually give myself is, what if you don't? So this is a very big thing. Like I said, it's a very big thing, and it's not as easy for some people to get past this phase. And I realized that one thing that really helped me is speaking to people that have a stake, like I mentioned earlier, people who know my journey, people who know what I'm about, who have an idea of what it is I can become, and who are invested. Do you get? When I speak to those people and hear their reviews, it sort of gives me the courage. And besides, they keep tabs on me. So it's like, hey babe, how far? What about that thing that you said you wanted to do? Don't give up, all of those kind of stuff. So if you don't have those kind of people, it will be very difficult for you to start something you are unfamiliar with. So say for example, you're a baker, and I'm not saying it's impossible, but say for example you're a baker and you want to move into tech. Those are two different spheres, do you get? And it can be quite scary for someone who especially when you are at a particular stage in life. Say you've reached a particular age or you have particular responsibilities, because it means like you have to shut down one thing. And I even realize that when you talk to people, it helps you see things from different perspectives. So there's saying that goes, in a multitude of counsel there is wisdom. Do you get? So talk to people, and here's the flip side: you can now talk to the people that, in quotes, have a stake and they discourage you because they are the first might not be able to see what it is to see. So it's a very tricky thing. But sometimes you get to receive the encouragement that you need from those people. But even if you do not, because they are also scared, they're skeptical, they're trying to do the math and all of that, even if you do not get the encouragement, the very first and most important thing is knowing that you're convinced in your heart, having that conviction in your heart. So fundamentally, I would say, if you're moving to a particular sphere that you're not totally familiar with, first sit down. Where is this thing coming from? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, where is this desire to carry out this project? Where is this desire to move into this particular sphere? Where is it coming from? Can you see it in your mind? If you can see, not necessarily the feasibility, if you can just see yourself in that position, because sometimes you may not be able to see how feasible it is. It's other people that will help you. But if you can imagine yourself and see yourself in that position, it really, really, really helps, and it goes a long way. Do you get? And this is a sidebar, but please carry an extra notepad to church when you're going, because these ideas be flowing. You get? Really, I want to say really be flowing, but really, these ideas be flowing when you're in the presence of the Almighty. So I saw a post by Nathaniel Bassi, and I don't think I can retrace his verbatim, but he was saying something like, as a creative, you need to take time out from, I will not say human interaction, but just pray in the Holy Ghost, take a walk, just learn to refresh and get your creative juice out. And most importantly, I think the most important element for me would be praying the Holy Ghost. If you're a Christian, have a relationship with God, please pray in the Holy Ghost, because I believe it helps. And I believe it's also a reason why when people go to church, like a communal convergence, there seems to be lots of ideas, because you're in the presence of your Father, presence of your Papa, the one who made you. So yeah, an actionable point would be to take an extra note to church, except if you want to be writing content in your church book. But aside that, I think that is all for now. It was a good 12, how many minutes? 12, 13, 14 minutes talking to you. And let me even tell you, Seth. So there are certain people I would like to speak to or have on the podcast, people in particular demography. How would you call it? Let me just say caveat. People in particular caveats. So I want to have someone who left school maybe in their 400 level, just at a very critical point. I would like, so if you know, so I'm basically telling you so that if you know anyone that falls in any of these caveats, you can send us a message on Instagram, Twitter, an email, respond to our form, all of that, so you can get have a person on the podcast. Because this season is all about sharing stories, inspiring hope, love, healing through conversations, and I would really, really want you to be a part of that. So here goes the list of people I want to have on the podcast. Number one, if you've left school at a very pivotal time, say for example your 400 level. 400 level is final year if you spend 5 years in school. Number two, if you are a single parent, what the whole process was like, keeping the child, raising the child, just basically to walk us through that. Number three, someone who has say a family member with a particular illness that science is incurable. 4, if you've lost a loved one in recent times, and what it is walking through all of that process. 5, someone who did not go to a tertiary institution, did not go to university. I want to know what that's like, you know, being in a Nigerian household and choosing to say a Nigerian father and mother that, yo, guys, I'm not gonna do this. You get um, someone who has made a lot of money in a very short period of time. Someone who has hmm, who has experienced the different religions. So, say for example, you're I want to say idol worshiper, but let's say a traditionalist, then you probably swung to maybe Islam and or Christianity or Buddhism or all of those and is now a Christian. So you've had experiences with different religions and now you're a Christian. I want to get to talk to you on the podcast. Someone hmm, who moved back to Nigeria from the UK, like Youkay, the UK. Do you get? So and that's like an opposite to the Japa story. In fact, someone who has Japad, I want to have you on the podcast. So someone who has recently moved back to Nigeria with all of what is happening, and someone who has Japad in the last 1 or 2 years. Then who else? I'll let you guys know in subsequent episodes, but I think that is all for now. If you have someone who falls in any of these caveats, do let us know, and I'll see you in the next episode with another beautiful guest. Till then, I'm your humble girl, Mowa.mi. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok. You can send me a mail, all of that at Mowa.mi, or you can follow the podcast and you also see me there. Bye, guys.